This is a Gem Mind Publishing production. Viewer discretion is advised.
Thus began the Terraforming Age. The demand for the first set of worlds was so great that two terraforming companies had to be created. Humanity chose to organize their circular spiral galaxy by dividing it into four main quadrants. Moving clockwise from 0 degrees at the galactic center, these were listed as the Ori, Eco, Re-El, and Gen quadrants. Each quadrant was then split into sectors. Sectors, in turn, were broken down into 3 zones based on their proximity to the galactic center: outer, inner, and central zones. These zones could be further divided into subsectors, and within those subzones, as they went down to the system level, each system was divided into planets. The planets were numbered based on their distance from the parent star, although the given names of the planets were often used for reference instead of their designated numbers. The first interest groups consisted of the religious, who believed they were being persecuted, followed by the racial purists, and later, the feminists. The rich thereafter decided to separate themselves from those they deemed riffraff. Later, the vegans left as well. Each of these groups established homeworlds of their own, and formed the first set of civilizations to join the Galactic Alliance. As such, they were given the privilege of not only naming their planet, but their sector. This was another move by Coffin Galahad to help spur on adoption by producing a sense of scarcity. Now they had 5 named sectors. These were Religulus, Apartia, Venus, Hylantation, and the Corona sector. With his efforts, the Council had solved their problems. Speciation. Scientists had always theorized that man would change once they took to the stars. They were right. The only thing they never could have imagined was just how quickly. The various groups that spread throughout the galaxy began manifesting drastic physical changes only 3 to 5 generations out, rather than the multiple thousands of years scientists estimated. This was facilitated and hastened by technologies such as gene editing and cybernetic augmentation. But of greater impact on this were the many invisible market and ideological forces converging to mold people. No one experienced this more so than the very terraformers shaping new worlds. Due to the nature and timescale of terraforming, people who chose to go into the field spent most of their life in space. They had become the first true spacefaring civilization. There were cases so extreme that some who saw nothing but the depths of space and the low orbit of prospect worlds became what those from a bygone time would call aliens. Their skin became bleached white and partially translucent, as the only sunlight they ever saw was artificial. This deficiency increased the size of their eyes in order to make full use of whatever light they did receive. Not having to contend with gravity, their limbs stretched, becoming long and slender. On average, men grew to 7 feet and women to 5'9". Their bones were like porous sponges, and their overall muscle mass dropped too. This made it easy for them to navigate in tight service lines and subsystem hallways. In regards to other parts of their appearance, the male's hair retreated upward toward their crowns. On the other hand, the female's hair dived down the length of their spines and whispered away at their tailbones. Accompanying these transformations, their hair only came in shades of 5 colors: silver, white, gold, ruby, and sapphire. This would always match the color of their eyes, nails, and teeth. But the terraformers were not the only ones by any means. A plethora of other new species of man emerged all across the galaxy. From people who had horns, tails, and hooves on planet Bovania, to those whose skin had become jet black and jewel-encrusted when confronted with a sun that would not look away from their tidally locked planet. You can discover more speciation events and the history of these people within the World Stories chapters of this book.
This has been a Gem Mind Publishing production. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means the world to us. If you'd like to go the extra mile in supporting our work, consider checking out our books available on our website or on Amazon. Your purchase directly contributes to the creation of more content. Thank you for being a part of the Gem Mind Publishing community. We can't wait to bring you more captivating content in the future.